And I'm going to manage and mute. Yes, awesome. And we're going to pin us. And there we go.
Yay. Awesome. Welcome, everybody. It feels like the first summer Monday for us, I think, in our house, because we've been at a convention and then we had Disney last week. So now we're home in the swing of things. Have a leak in our house, have an AC unit out.
Same,
yeah.
Awesome.
But we are excited. I had a good work day. Phil had a good work day. And we've strategized some things that we want to share with you, because we know what happens when you come home from convention. Everybody's on a super high, and we have all these amazing plans and strategies and ideas. And you come home and somebody invites you to the pool, or your kids need to be carted all over the place, or you just find like, I need a break and I want to like take a mental day and you have work or any number of things. And then all of a sudden, everything that seems so amazing and big and possible at convention suddenly seems hard, requires too much work. You don't have you don't feel motivated. You don't feel inspired. And so we want to make sure that we keep that fire lit, and that you can do the same for somebody else that you are either running alongside or that's on your team, or even somebody brand new that catches the vision from you because you're so excited.
And we had just as many distractions, like Jen said, with different trips and household things breaking and people not showing up to fix household things. And those things can distract us from our goals and our dreams and the things that we want to do. I think we've gotten better as we've aged to become more diligent about it, and we recognize those things as distractions. Trying to deter us from our goals. So our goals are much bigger than distractions, and we're going to keep moving forward.
There's been a lot of times where we've had a goal and we have found that we allowed those distractions to get in place, and the worst feeling ever is to show up on October 23rd and go, I could have totally done this and I didn't. I fell short in some capacity. Maybe you get the cruise and then you go, I could have, this was so easy, and I sat back and I could have had a room upgrade. I could have earned $750 cash.
Right.
So we want to make sure that we stay in front of that for you as well as for ourselves, because you working helps motivate us, as I'm sure that to some degree us working motivates you. And so we're in a partnership and we're in this together, and that's why we want to bring this to you tonight.
So, I'm a multimedia guy, and I'm working 3 screens right now, and Jen did a great job of not getting distracted as I was working and manipulating things.
Thank you.
And I'm going to start the PowerPoint because I like multimedia. So hopefully this works. We'll see. If not, it's Jen's fault.
Whatever. They know better.
Okay, so can you all see just the screen that has Winning Legacy on it? Or do you see us talking to each other? Talking to you all?
I don't see us talking. They see the screen. You're good.
You see the screen? Okay, good. All right, so we're going to hit play one more time. Okay, so you can do it if you put your mind to it. So as we always talk about, I was talking to someone today, somebody that actually is a former team member and just a great business person that I really appreciate, and we chat we don't chat all the time. We hadn't chatted in months, but I always come away refreshed talking to him, and his big thing is, as is ours, is mindset. So we will never stray from this. Mindset, dream, goal, action. If your mindset today is not where it needs to be, reset it. It just takes, it's just that quick. You can reset it. Dream. We want you to dream not only about qualifying, but dream about winning all the prizes and really put yourself on that ship and see yourself doing the shopping spree. And we'll talk about in a minute how you're going to do it and show you some points and stuff like that. But every single person that's watching this right now can get every single award. Then you're gonna set some goals. I would want to set the goal if I could win this, and I can get all the prizes, by the way. I just can't participate. To get it by the end of July. So what's that going to take? What kind of action is that going to take? The last point, to get all the prizes by the end of July. So essentially 42 days, be able to get all the prizes. So it's going to take a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of planning, but that's my mindset. So set yourself with the mindset. Next thing, how about we see the ship? I think it always helps, for me at least, if you can actually take a look at
what it is you're going to win.
What it is you're going to win. So let's look at the ship. All said, let's look at the ship. There we go.
Who were you talking to right there?
Myself. There it is. Cool.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
Let me look at the chat here, make sure. Is there hands for lots of people are trying to log on? Okay. What link did you put on the Dreammakers page?
321. The one
Okay.
that we always use.
All right.
I'll go check it.
Okay. So, click here on the next one. Okay. All right. Stay focused. Don't worry about it. All right. So there we go. First off, unmute. Did y'all able to see the video? Has anyone seen the ship prior to that? No. So Celebrity is the next echelon. It's the higher end ships of Royal Caribbean. I don't know if y'all know that they merged about 10 years ago. So Celebrity cruises are more posh, if you will. It's going to be an amazing ship. The suites look nice. The reviews are really good. And Plexus is going to have basically the entire ship, all 1,200 cabins. So y'all are going to have a blast on it. So I'm excited, but now what? What?
You gave a different one. That's why.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, it
Keep
didn't.
talking.
Okay. So leaders lead teams, and this is a leaders retreat. So you need to build a team to win this contest. You want to have new customers over $75 in PV. You want to have new ambassadors with welcome packs and promote them to silver in 7, right? We don't want to go silver in a few months. You want to get them silver in 7 because there's not only the bonus for getting them to silver, 20 points when you do it for level 1, 15 if you get a level 2 to silver, and 10 points if you get a level 3 to silver. But then there's retention when they maintain silver status, retention bonuses over July and August as well. This is a little harsh, but I'm just going to be Phil and be direct. If you're getting any other advice, like, well, you just need to get your PV over 1,000 or get your PV to 2,500 and just be focused on that, it's wrong.
Well, no,
it's wrong.
It's not that it's wrong because you can get 900 points by just getting PV.
Sure.
But you will get that at the very end of the contest, you guys. You will get it at the end, which is now, in theory, will you get that at the end? Maybe not, because if you add a new customer, then you're going to get 10 points here and there. But if you're holding on to the fact that I can get 300 points in PV, and that's the way I'm going to earn Leaders Retreat, one, you're really not a leader, and that's the harsh part, right? because you're just building a customer base. So that means you're a good business owner because you have customers, but you're not a leader because you're not building other people and helping them achieve their goals and dreams, which is the way that the leaders, when you look across the board, that's what's happening. So, and then the other piece of that is, if you're waiting until just to get in with the PB, is that August 31st comes, you're going to get a $500 check. And a $500 check is a great thing.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that works out better for you, but that's not earning the trip, and you're missing out on, you're shortchanging yourself because there will be people that earn those spots for you. So as your leaders, we want to see you guys grow as leaders yourselves and develop new leaders, because at the end of this, we don't want to get to October 26th and be super excited and turn around and have 30 customers and go, okay, now what am I going to do with sitting on a business in October that has 30 customers? You would rather have 30 business builders of people that you're bringing information back home and saying, oh my gosh, guys, you've just started your business. Now let's do this. And it will continue to blossom, flourish, and grow. And you're not going to be reinventing the wheel and starting all over come November to rebuild your check for the next 3 months.
You used the Leaders Retreat, even though you didn't really realize it, the first one that you won, as a way to build your business.
I did.
And bring on business builders. Erica Mitchell, Jackie Mack, Cheryl and Jameson, Beverly Woodson, me, all these different,
right after, but yeah.
Right, all these different business builders who,
Elizabeth Brown,
Stephanie. So all these business builders who create a business and helped you get the Leaders Retreat. So you want the same thing. And I've gotten here, well, that's great. So, but how? So let's talk about how. Assuming that you do want this and you trust us in our years of experience in building teams, that's what you want to do. I've used this for 20 years. You've got to operate with the 3 senses. A sense of purpose, okay? It's not just about winning a Leaders Retreat, but it's about building a business, a LegaSEA business. That's the name of the contest. You want to build a legacy. A sense of urgency. 70 days till the contest ends, by the way. 70 days, tomorrow will be 69. So you got urgency. And then have a sense of humor, because we're not curing an incurable disease. That's not our job. We're literally trying to change people's lives and help them do things that they haven't been able to do before. But you have to have fun with it. I mean, for many of us, this is a second or even a third job. So have fun with it. You got to have a sense of humor. You're so worried about the aesthetics.
It's just, it goes dark and light.
You want to be vulnerable. Share your why. Share your dreams. It's much more than 10 pounds of weight loss. I'm really on this kick right now, but it's so true. You need to be able to reach out to somebody. And we've done this exercise with some of the people on the call and some of our other teammates. But being vulnerable and just sharing, this is where I'm at. This is why I'm doing Plexus. This is where I've been. And I want to link arms with you because I've seen potential in you and I know some of your situation, but I don't know it all. I want to know it all.
Well,
this is what I want to do. Can you help me do it?
Well, and you can even be vulnerable in the short term to share, hey, I'm working towards earning a cruise.
I've never been on one before.
I've never been on one. I want to go on I have this amazing opportunity. It may be your dream teamer that you're like, I would love to invite you on this cruise with me if you help me earn it. I think that we sometimes feel like we have to cover up the true intention of, or the reason that might seem selfish or more geared towards yourself instead of truly, we all want to help people. We all want to see people free and find new opportunity with their lives and find new freedom in their health. That's a given. So if that's your genuine heart's desire, then there's nothing wrong with telling people, I have this amazing opportunity on top of what I get to do to earn this fun trip. And I would love for you to go with me. Or I'm working towards earning a shopping spree. Can you imagine? I've never in my life even imagined winning a $2,000 shopping spree, which, by the way, when you earn the shopping spree, you also get your airfare covered. Hello. That's another amazing bonus up to $500. Yeah. So it's really $2,500. So I think that putting that out there sometimes makes it okay, because here's the thing, right? People are always going to have their own opinion and judgment of what we're doing and the reason why we're doing it. And so if it's not out there in the open, it's probably behind your back. So put it out there, right?
Sure.
I mean, and then they're like, well, she told me, yeah, she's starting her trip. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So,
and then you want to on-ramp them right away. I think we get away from this, and this is something that we're working really hard on with people that we're bringing on level ones. And to say, hey, I want you to go post what you're doing and what you just joined and copy me and let me be a part of that post. And then when you get people who are interested, I want to do 3-way calls and help you bring them onto the team. Like, you should be having the mentality that when I bring on 1, I'm bringing on 4. Because when I bring on that 1, I'm going to teach them the power of 3, going silver and 7, and I'm going to actually help them get those first 3 onboarded.
You're going to help them. You're going to help them go through the sign-up process. You're going to talk about backup orders, because your new person can't talk about all that. You can. So, and you can ensure that it gets done the right way. And if you're, as a leader, if you have people on your team, I'm really going to encourage you to set up one-on-ones or welcome calls of some kind, so that on a regular basis, so that you're in front of them, so that they see that they're becoming a part of a community. They're not just Stephanie's friend. They're not just hanging out with Stephanie doing some new venture. They're not just with Monique now drinking this pink drink. There's a whole group of people that they can tap into, connect with, and learn from, and really be motivated.
So I'm going to do another share here real quick. Before I do it, I'll just make sure there's no other new chats going on. Okay, cool. So I want to show you how I'm being vulnerable, and a message that I'm sharing. I've written down, and I'm reading it and sending it via a messenger voice. So I'm going to share this now. And again, this is just me being vulnerable and sharing something that I think will speak to, I think so. Can you guys see my Word document? Just raise your hand if you can. No, you're wrong. I can't see a hand there. Raising. Okay, cool. So, hey, Joe. By the way, Joe's not a real person, but I just like Joe.
Your middle name.
Joseph. I know you've seen my posts about Plexus the past 4 years. I'm sure they've even annoyed you a time or 2 or 3. Here's what I want you, what you may not know, something I don't post publicly because you're someone I admire and I trust. I'd like to share it with you. My why when I started Plexus was to get healthy at the time, and probably even more importantly, to be able to save my house from foreclosure. In less than 5 years, we went from a darkest place of financial despair to a place where we've been able to fund a nonprofit on our own called Dreammakers to help people who are in the same hole we were in 5 years ago. I don't know your why right now, but I want to. I want to link arms with you in this business so we can help make others and even our own dreams come true. Plexus is an amazing vehicle to do it. And if you just say yes, I promise it can change everything. So, Joe, will you say yes to Plexus today? Okay. So that may not be your style, all right? And that's fine. That's my style, 2x4 to the between the eyes, but also just being direct and saying, hey, this is where we were. And I want you. I don't sugarcoat. I'm reaching out because I want you on the team. I'm not going to dance around it. And I don't want you just to order one thing of ProBio. I want you to get everything and jump in this thing with 2 feet and go for it. Okay. Thoughts? Yeah, before we turn over.
I think the key, like what Phil, the biggest key that what he just showed you is to take some time, reflect, and think about where you have not maybe been vulnerable with what you're really facing and thinking about for yourself, for your business, for your family, where maybe you've been, where you want to be, and then committing to sharing that with some people, because that will draw people in as a magnet. If they don't even, it may not even make them a part of your team, but what it will do is put some people in your corner that are cheering you on, that are motivating you, that will be there to be support for you. And so there's never anything that can come bad, I don't think, out of being vulnerable. I will say don't try to use fills. If that doesn't make sense for you, don't try to do that because it won't come off genuine, and you need it to be genuine. I think that the point is that he wanted to show you how vulnerable he can be or is being with people at this point and how direct he's being. And I think that while most of us would read that last line and go, I would never say that. I would never say, will you say yes to Plexus today? But could you ask for the sale? Could you close the deal? Because I think, again, we all struggle with, we put something out there, but we don't ask for the business. We're just like, I just want you to know how amazing my products are. They've totally changed my life. I'm now asleep all night. I now have energy. Love you, girl. We have to ask for the sale, and you got to figure out how to do that. And if it's not, will you say Plexus? Will you say yes to Plexus today? Because that's not what I would say.
Yeah.
It's got to be something. It's got to be something. You've got to be asking, or you won't be getting the business.
Here's why, by the way, this is a little sales 101. The reason I say why say yes to Plexus today, because I think a lot of you struggle with rejection and being rejected. So if I say, will you say yes to Plexus? If they say no, they're saying no to Plexus. They're not saying no to me. So it's just a way to ask in a different way without being rejected or facing rejection. Okay, before we turn over comments and questions, there's one more thing I'm going to show you. I'm not going to walk through it in detail, but I'm going to post it in the team and the leaders page so you can use it if you'd like. I created a tracker, and if I can get to share my screen again, I'll show it to you. Boom. So I've got this nifty little tracker in Excel, and essentially the green areas you fill in, and the pink areas will populate, and you can see what it will take to reach the points that you need, whether that's 900 just to win it, or 2,500 to get everything else. On the right-hand side, you can see it explains all the prizes, all the different points that you can accumulate. One thing I've gotten bold here is, which is new, the level 2 and level 3 bonuses for developing silvers. Again, you're going to get 10 points when a level 2 joins you, but you can get another 15 points when that level 2 goes silver. So there's just lots of points to be had, all the way from PV, and then retaining these customers, retaining these ambassadors. And then obviously when your team is getting customers on top of you, you're getting points for all that as well. So the key here is growth. I think if we are to summarize it into one word, this contest, Leaders Contest, is about growth.
I just would encourage you to have long-term vision for your business, not short-term gain with this contest. Just be very careful. While we want every single one of you to earn this, we don't want you to shortchange yourself or your business or the future of your business by thinking, okay, well, so my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law could become customers. And then, because here's the other thing to remember that Phil didn't discuss, is that if somebody buys product in June and they return it in July or August, guess what happens? You lose those points. So I don't want to, again, and that's, it's kind of hard because you're probably listening going, well, you're saying do this, but then you're saying don't do that. I think the key is just knowing that it's going to take a lot of work and it's going to take some focus, but it's worth it. It's worth it, especially if you do it the right way, especially if you link arms with somebody, a sideline, somebody on your team, a level 1. That's going to be the best place to get the most traction. Is get a level 1 and get them working to earn the contest with you. And let's say, maybe they join you the end of this month and it doesn't seem plausible or in their schedule or whatever for them to earn it. But maybe you incent them and say, I want you to go with me on this trip. So let's figure out a way. And well, that doesn't make sense. Anyway, but maybe you incent them in a different way. Like if you help me earn this trip and you don't get it, then you take them to a fancy dinner, or you take them on a mini shopping spree with them if you win shopping spree. I mean, there's lots of different ways to be creative too. Just don't shortchange yourself in thinking of ways to just accumulate just for the sake of accumulating, if it's not truly helping develop and grow leaders.
Yeah, that's the whole point. And the reason why they cut off guests of emerald, sapphires, and diamonds and all those folks is to develop leaders that are on this call right now that can take the business to a new level. And the only way they're going to do it is by growth.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, Andrew's asking for the ship video again. If you'll show that again. And then
I can do that.
While you're watching it, think about questions or comments you have, or maybe an idea that you want to share with the rest of the group.
So I'm going to do it this way, and I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to play it one more time. Hold on. Thinking of questions. And share. Come on. All right, here we go. One more time. Oh, I got to slide over there. Hold on. I got to do this. I got to go here. Okay, play. Okay. Like that. Awesome.
So there it is. That looks super cool. I think that 2-story covered business at the pool looked really awesome. Like there was a balcony, but you were over the pool, like to lay out in.
I like the grass and the bocce ball.
We're like fighting something off.
Not we.
Oh, you are a little bit.
I'm not fighting anything.
Something.
I don't see that in his name. Okay. Questions, comments, concerns.
Okay, so
thoughts?
Marietta asked, if we sign a new ambassador, they are not eligible to go as our guest. Correct. Yes. No ambassador may attend with an ambassador unless it's a spouse. And if it's a spouse that's earning a trip elsewhere, they may not go either. That's okay.
Good question.
Anybody else have something? Questions, concerns, excitement? Here's the thing to remember too, to not get discouraged at this point, is that we're just coming off of convention. We are just now dumping all of this new seed onto all these people. And so if you feel like, gosh, I haven't earned my towel yet, I haven't earned my, the June incentive, much less figuring out how on earth I'm going to get to the LegaSEA trip, realize that it's a compounding thing that usually happens. That's the reason, again, why we're really encouraging you to look at growth and adding ambassadors as long as they qualify, so that you can get that duplication rolling and not just dependent on $30 sale here, $50 sale here, $100 sale there, because that will be harder. You can still do it that way, but it will be harder.
So I think the last thing I want to leave you with is my favorite financial quote, and that is, past performance is not a predictor of future results. So if you've never won leadership before, doesn't matter. You've never added 10 ambassadors before, doesn't matter. It all matters on the decision that you make tonight and tomorrow and the next day and the next day as to how you can proceed and how you're going to go for it. And until the last day of the contest, you go for it and give everything you got. The worst thing that'll happen if you don't qualify for this trip is that your business will be in a much better place than it is today. And that's not a bad thing.
Right.
So you can lose nothing by going for it. And as Wayne Gretzky said, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So I love swinging. Even if I miss, at least I took a swing. All right, Bill's shutting up.
No one has anything to say.
Come on, there's a lot of leaders on this call right now. Any thoughts?
I've got a question. This is Kristen.
Hey, Kristen.
Hey, so whenever Jeff and I are signing up we have like 3 new people signing up next week. Jeff is my level 1. Should we put them under Jeff or should we put them under me? I'm not sure the point wise on this specific, contest.
So if you put them under him, it's still 10 points for the ambassadors for you, because level 2 ambassadors for you would still be 10 points. And then it just starts to dilute from there if those 3 start getting ambassadors and then going silver, etc. I always say it's like this. If he's working the business and you're working this together and you're both trying to earn the trip, then put him under him.
Make sure that the PV follows him as well.
Right.
That's the thing sometimes leaders get tripped up on, is that the wife might have the higher PV and then they're adding all to the spouse, and you're not maximizing your points that way. You're diluting them. Yeah. So make sure that if you're going to add under him, that you also add new customers and build your PV under his account rather than yours. But I do think even 5 years into this, we have learned that there have been some times where I needed to add more to my own business versus just dumping it all into Phil's. Yeah. And so it really is kind of, you have to kind of look at the whole picture. Yeah. But yes, if you put pen to paper and you realize if you're both working to earn it, and in your case, you can both go to Leaders Retreat, it does make sense to do it all under him, so that if only one of you earns it, it's him, because you're still going to get those points and likely going to get the trip plus something.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Going once. Going
Everyone's
twice.
Thinking.
Well, you know where to find us if you've got questions. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, you.
I'll post the spreadsheet on the post when I get the video uploaded as well. Absolutely. And don't blame me if one of the cells does not work, because I was having trouble with the dates, but everything else is perfect. So it's all great.
And for me, what I love to do, because Phil's spreadsheet stresses me out a little bit, is I just like to make.
Any spreadsheet stresses you out? Okay.
I take a piece of paper and I write on it in marker, like, my goal is whatever your PV is, and then there's a box, and then I want 5 new customers, and then I put a box, so that I just check it off, and then at the end of the month I can then go back and compare that to what my points are, that there's a minimum of those points, because you're going to be getting, if you have a team at all and they're working towards this contest, they're going to be adding customers and you're going to get points for those. And so trying to keep up with all of that, I don't want you to lose precious time, y'all. We have 69, basically 70 days to earn this trip, or to earn all the things that go with this trip. So don't want you to get bogged in spending an hour worth of your time trying to figure out where you're at on your points. I just want you to go work for it, check it off a box, and then go back at the end of the month and do like your checkbook, tally it up, right? Balance it.
Rainey said something really cool, which again, I'm not a paper or pen guy, but she had a good idea with that she's used sticky notes, right? Mm-hmm. So she had a goal for number of ambassadors, a number of points, and as she got an ambassador or got a customer, she'd tear off a sticky note, and then she knew, and when she had all the sticky notes gone, that she'd won the contest or qualified. So that's another system to use. You use what works best for you. For me, it's spreadsheets. For Jen, it's paper and pen. Whatever works.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for being with us this Monday night. Have a great rest of the week. In terms of locally, if you are around, there is a great convention recap. If you haven't already heard one or been to one, there's one going on in Allen that I will be posting. I've posted it once. I'll post it again, that Rainey and Jen Pickett and Laura Clow are doing in Allen, Texas. There's lots of other things going on throughout the month with corporate. So just be watching for those Zooms with Matthew and everyone else. I don't think there's anything else. Work for that pineapple and that beach towel and that tote. They're super cute. You want to earn them. That's what I'm going for. And I'm trying to read Trela's question. We'll answer your question in just a second, Trela. It always compresses up. Just so you know, if somebody's not active between you and somebody else working their business, it should compress up. So those kinds of things are to be mindful of. I think that's it.
All right.
All right.
Everyone have a great night. Thank you for joining.
Thanks,
and
you guys. Go Plexus.
bye, everybody.